What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Bet 'em and Pick 'em. This is now a Pick 'em show. Womp, womp, womp. Last week, Mr. Rob, Mr. Jeff Mans wanted the Bills. And yeah, we're out. How are you?
We did talk about it on the show last week. We have video evidence. Bills was not the consensus from the two of us. It should have been the Jaguars was our consensus because that didn't come through. It was ugly. 6 points against that defense. Obviously, a team going to warm weather. There were some other options. It's a painful week. We're going to be all, it's like a hangover in terms of Survivor. We're all going to be angry today. This is actually going to be a fun show, I think.
Rob, the floor is yours.
I'm trying to put words together here. Look, the Bills in that spot, you take them every fucking time. I don't care what anyone has to say about it. What were they, 14 points?
13, I think.
13 and a half points. We had them left. What percentage of the contest had them?
A lot.
How much of this contest is left, by the way?
It was 688 teams heading into last night, and Ravens, I suspect, will be pretty popular.
True.
I know one of my other buddies got knocked out on them last night. So, again, another team going to South Florida from the northern part of the United States, losing.
Wait, I don't understand this narrative. You think a cold weather team going south
into hot, humid weather struggles? Yeah.
Dude, it's been like 75 degrees in Baltimore.
For like 2 days. It's been cold before that.
Not very cold. I'm not far from there. It's been like
you live like 200 miles from there.
All right, I live a little ways away from there.
Like we said, everyone's gonna be just a tad grumpy today. That being said, it's a new quarter. $177,000 on the line this quarter. If we can, all we have to do is get every pick right, and we'll be guaranteed a share of $177,000. That's all we got to do.
What's our total? What's our cumulative record?
I didn't even bother to look.
It's fucking bad, right?
We're not terrible, but it's not good. We need to get some 5-0 weeks in the bank pretty quickly.
I just don't know what makes you think we could win this quarter.
Because it's a brand new quarter.
Oh, because our prior quarters have been so fucking good that we think we're going to win this one?
I mean, you're back. You're not bailing on us. So, we got the expert. Maybe we'll do better this time.
All right.
I love Rob's confidence. Love it.
I'm down in the NFL right now. This is the worst game I've ever seen in my life.
It was the whole game. Every game last week was terrible. Like, it was just, even as the person who did not want, I thought the Jaguars were going to put up points, and I was like, I don't know if the Bills offense is going to, like, if you told me the Jaguars put 9 points on the board, I would have, assumed that the Bills won pretty handily, but alas, it's the NFL. I hate road teams in Survivor. I hate them. I just hate them. So we'll see how it goes. I still have my team left, so we will be using the Steelers this week on my team. So I hate the Steelers. So
Steelers are good, man. What are you talking about?
I hate the Steelers.
You see their win last week? I mean, they're fucking great.
Oh yeah, that great win over Justin Fields. Yeah, real great. All right, let's get to it. The first game available to us is the Colts and the Jaguars. The Colts laying 10 or 10.5, depending on where you're at. The only person with any interest in this is me on the Colts -10. You're going to see a theme with me this week. I think the favorites are all just shaved a couple points. Dogs had one of their best weeks ever last week, and I feel like a lot of the favorites are not quite getting enough points this week. So this is one where 2 scores. I don't think the Jaguars going into turf on the road are really going to put up much of a fight. Colts playing good off the mini bye. I think this is a one-way route. But Ricky, you don't have any interest. Why not?
You're talking about Colts Jags?
Yeah.
I just think it's double-digit points for the Colts. And I think that, the instinct is to go Jaguars after the way they played last week. They did hold a good offense to no points. So, like, for that reason, mentally, I think the Colts at home with Jonathan Taylor rolling, I can see the discrepancy, but I just don't want to lay 10.5 points with the Colts. I found some better spots that I preferred. Do I think that the Colts would be the side I was on if I went here? Yes, but just too many points.
Rob,
I'd take the 10.5 here.
Too.
I'd take the 10.5.
Yeah, I don't like this spot for the Jaguars. Like, they just came off their big win. I think a dud is coming, but I understand not 10.5. 10 was kind of where I had the interest. Patriots -2.5 here against the Browns. I love this spot. So does Tyler. This is a huge overreaction to that Browns-Bengals game last week. There is straightly no way that the Bengals and the Patriots have the same power rating right now. No chance, no hell. The Patriots are the way better team here. They're going to beat this Browns team. Baker, one-dimensional with a broken shoulder. No way. Love the Pats in this spot. I'm surprised that there's not more consensus on the Patriots here.
I guess. I mean, no Nick Chubb, Dearness, like the last man standing. He looked pretty good in his time being the guy, but obviously Odell out of town. I agree with the Baker thing. It's just I don't have a ton of faith in this Patriots team.
Why not?
I don't. They're like barely over 500.
Okay, it's not as bad as they're 4-0 on the road. They're 1-4 at home. And
Correct.
3 of those games came down to like the last second at home.
Okay.
Like the Damian Harris fumble at the 8, the Tom Brady game, and the Dallas overtime game. Like, there's not a bad loss there.
There's a lot of ways in which it comes down to the last second, in which -2.5 is too many.
I will be stunned if this comes down to the last second. I think this is a one-way Patriots beatdown. This team's not getting enough respect. They've been playing great football for a month now, and no one's paying attention because it's like the 6th game on CBS.
Yeah.
Oh. Now the Patriots are getting slighted by national television.
No, I wasn't
CJ.
implying that. I was just saying that, like, the narrative has not started on the Patriots yet. Like, it's coming. They're 1 game out of the 2 seed. Like, the narrative is coming. Like, oh wow, here come the Patriots.
I agree. I just don't like him in this spot. I mean, this is a total coin flip game for me. I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns won this game by 7.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'd be floored. How are they going to score points with no Nick Chubb?
Yeah, I heard that about the Falcons a few weeks ago, and the Falcons go out and put up almost 30 on the Saints and win.
Yeah, well, that was
last. I just wanted your track record of how are they going to
that's
score.
Fair. That was a very weird Saints performance, but yeah, I mean, that's fair. And Kamara was probably playing hurt in that game, to be fair too. But
the Saints should have won it. I
just don't. I think this Browns team though has way less weapons than that Falcons team does. Personally,
I think a 5 confidence. I mean,
really? I really, yeah.
Really?
I make this game Patriots -6. I do.
You and Tyler both agree. So we probably sprinkle in some Patriots. But guys, we missed the lead at the top of this show. I think we should totally pivot and just bet on chaos moving forward. CJ wants to try to get the quarterly prize. Ricky, what do you want to do? I mean, we have no chance of getting first place unless we just basically pick opposite of everyone else moving forward to win the contest.
Well, how deep is the payout? Like, are we still live for min cash?
It's not pretty deep. Like, we're gonna have to get hot either way to get into the min cash.
I'm on board with chaos. I think.
Me too. We're here. We are here.
I don't think we're here yet. It's only week 9. It's week 10. We have half the season to go.
Yeah, maybe we are. Maybe we give it one more week and then we commit to the full chaos. Just like to let it mentally sit in that we're in chaos territory.
If we don't go 5-0 this week, it is time.
I mean, we're not that bad, are we?
No, we're not that bad.
I'm just saying, you're not going to bink this thing just trying to pick winners the rest of the way out where we are. I don't think
right.
So.
I mean, that's probably fair. Let's see, where are we? Full season standings. Let's pull them up.
Go big or go home. If you ain't first, you're last.
Ricky Bobby. I'm always a good fan for Ricky Bobby. We're only a couple games under 500.
Yeah, but what's the winning team at?
34-11. So 13 games back with a whole half season to go.
So we're 13 games back. Yeah, but they've got to like
They're
not win
they're
another
also
game.
gonna regress a little bit. I mean, we probably have to go 80% the rest of the way to get there. I just think there's $177,000 quarterly prize. I don't think we should just give up on it.
No, I definitely would like that.
I think we should give it 1 week. And
Okay, well, this is the decision. I put my picks in based on chaos, so I will support the quarterly prize and revert my picks then.
So as we wait for Rob to put in his
No, I know exactly what I would pick. I'll just do it when we get there.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, I love this pack spot. I think this is a good spot. Patriots. I think this is one of those games they win by 10 to 14, and then the narratives start like, oh, here come the Patriots. I bet them this week too to win the AFC and the Super Bowl. So I'm here for this. Cowboys -9 here against the Falcons. I can't imagine taking either side of this game after last week. I would expect the Cowboys to play better, but it sure looked like the Falcons finally figured out how to get Kyle Pitts the ball again. So right. I couldn't touch this.
Zeke is questionable. Does that make the Cowboys offense better?
Hell yeah, it makes them better. Fucking Tony Pollard's the best running back in Dallas.
If Tony
and he has
Pollard,
been for 2 seasons.
Yeah,
I've been on that train since he got drafted there, so I'm definitely on board with
if
that.
He's got the full workload, this game should be -15.
Exactly.
The guy's a stud.
Imagine refusing to play the better running back just because you paid Zeke a fucking $1 billion.
The amount of money I would have made that first best ball season if they just let Zeke hold out. Oh, I had Tony Pollard everywhere. Late every
last year.
Every year, really, just every year, just free Pollard. All right, Bills -11.5 at the Jets here. Jets 11 plus 11.5. I don't know. Rob, I get it, but I'm just not buying this Mike White thing. Like, the guy played one decent game where he just checked it down and had one touchdown drive, and now we're giving him respect. Bills are getting healthy. I don't know.
11.5 is a lot of points, particularly after we saw the Bills' performance last week. I'm just a 1 confidence here. I would not be opposed to laying off of this game, but if you're going to pick a side in this one, I like the Jets side plus 11.5.
Can I make the case? Fair. Can I make the case for the Bills? It's literally like a 1-sentence case. Buffalo is the best defensive unit on short passes in the entire NFL. That makes Mike White very tough to trust.
Yeah, Bills will be one of my highest owned defenses in DFS for that exact reason, Mickey.
Yes,
I couldn't agree with you more. Especially because I don't have the defense playing Justin Fields this week, which is normally my go-to for like half my DFS exposure.
Yeah, I'm just not sure this is the double-digit dog that I would take. You're not going to like the dog that I like near double-digit, but we'll get to that.
Dude, I'm all about dogs moving forward, so let's go. Let's do it.
This feels like the revenge of the favorites week, but we'll see.
I'd love to know how many weeks we had all favorites on our card.
It's not. We've been doing. I think it was like just week 1. And then I think like we started mixing in more dogs.
All right.
Yep.
We've been decent about it lately. Except our dogs have not come home at all. Saints +3 at the Titans. Thank you very much, everyone here in line on this show with the Titans -3. I try to talk to a couple other guys I know who do this, and they all love the Saints. I don't know why. 4th-string quarterback, no Kamara, on grass. This should be like 5 or 6, not 3.
Yeah,
I'm shocked by the number. Go ahead, Ricky.
Same. The Titans are like the only good team in football we're finding out. They've won 4 straight as a dog, which I guess is reason for, reservations, except for the fact that the Saints have half an offense right now.
Yeah, I think no one really knows what to do with this team without Henry. And they clearly got worse. My numbers, make them worse, obviously, but it's not by as much as you would think. On an average spread, when I put Henry in, when I pull Henry out, it's about 1.5 on the spread. So I still think this is 5. I think this is -5. With Henry in, it's a full touchdown, basically.
Yeah, and Matt Ryan torches them last week. Like, New Orleans is the #1 rushing DVOA defense. If Henry were here, we'd be worried about that. But Tannehill's got some weapons in this passing game too. I know we haven't seen like the Julio Jones ceiling game yet, but I think it's coming. I think this is a week where we see Ryan Tannehill show people why he is one of the MVP favorites.
I just don't know how the Saints are putting up any points. Like, I just don't really see an option here if Kamara's out. It sure looked like he's trending towards out. And given that they're playing on grass instead of turf, with a knee sprain, I just don't see how they're going to push him here.
DFS this week can be crazy, by the way. Ingram, Tony Pollard, Dearness Johnson, all like below 5K on DK.
And the Pats starting running back, whoever that is, because it's not going to be Harris.
Yeah.
Bucks minus 9.5 here at the football team. Tyler likes it. The Bucks laying big numbers have been good to us. Heineke's been really bad the last month, but it's just a smidge too many points for my taste.
Yeah, especially could we be on like Tyler Johnson as the number 2 receiver for them territory potentially with Godwin?
I'm a big Tyler Johnson guy, so that's not really going to resonate with me.
Yeah, I mean Brady's fantastic, but it was too much for me.
I mean, we've seen Brady play his whole career with no wide receivers. So I just don't want to lay the 9.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Shockingly, Rob does not want to lay a big number. Some things really just do never change. So let's move on. Lions and the Steelers here. Two-way opposite action here. Ricky would like to play the Lions +8 with 4 confidence. Tyler would like to play the Steelers -8 with 4 confidence. Ricky, the floor is yours.
I cannot believe that we are not backing the Lions here. Justin Fields, out of 37 graded quarterbacks this season, according to Pro Football Focus, second to last in his throwing ability, behind only what's his name, Wilson on the Jets, goes for 291 yards against the Steelers defense. Ben Roethlisberger barely over 200 again. And we're going to say that they're 8.5 point favorites against this Lions team that has been competitive in a bunch of games this year. I mean, if the Bears offense can put up that many points against them, what makes you think this team is a touchdown favorite better than anyone? They have like one of the worst run blocking units. Ben Roethlisberger, even in the pass blocking, he has, I think it's the most snaps with under 2.5 seconds to throw of any quarterback in this league. And his quarterback rating when he has under 2.5 seconds is brutal. I don't understand why we're not taking this big number with the Steelers. What have the Steelers shown that they should be this favored over anyone? I don't think this is the worst team in football. Like, I think this is a no-brainer. Lions +8.
Yeah, if I wasn't taking the Steelers in Survivor, I probably would be higher on this spot. I feel like acknowledge that.
You're not going to hear me counter anything about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, you're just not. So, like,
I'm not opposed. I would not be opposed to the Lions +8, but I don't think we're going to get there with Tyler being strongly opposed.
I'm betting it personally.
Short week versus a team coming off the bye too. Like I am going against all my rules to take the Steelers, but I really just need to see if these good teams for.
And the game has a 42.5 point total. So we're expecting in a game where it's grinded out that we're getting, over a touchdown. I don't understand why we're not full blown Lions bandwagon.
Look, Ben found his
tight end. I've been the Lions
end
guy all season. This is really making me hurt a little.
Ben found his tight end. Nice connections there. Najee Harris is an absolute animal. I don't think Detroit can slow him down even a tick. So the only argument I would make is, Ben's going to dink and dunk like he always does. Najee's going to ball control. Pittsburgh's going to see like 80% of the freaking time with ball. And so they're just going to grind it out and beat them. But I'm not making a case.
Yeah, I can't. I understand your side, Ricky. I lean
your
way.
The Lions are also going to do a whole bunch of crazy shit to backdoor. I mean, they're going for it on 4th down pretty habitually right now with Dan Campbell. Yeah, they're going for it.
Now, Tyler's 4 confidence on the Steelers. I get your side way more than his side.
Yeah, me too. But I just found 5 better games personally. Vikings +3 at the Chargers. I've been on the Vikings suck train the entire season. Rob's on the team, has joined the train, and so has you, Ricky. The Vikings are a very bad football team. It's time for everyone to just admit it.
I am now on that train. I was not on that train first 4 or 5 weeks of the season, but I am fully convinced now that you are absolutely correct. The Vikings are a bad football team. And what's Cook's status? Is he full go still, or is
he's supposed to play?
All right. I wasn't sure what his status was, but
Yeah, I'm just not
Either
sure
way.
he's going to get like a full workload, but he's going to play.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are a good football team. I think that's the other counter argument. Like they have issues with the run, which should probably rear its ugly head here. I like the over in this game. I bet it on the Pilar show earlier this week. It was 53. It's at 53.5. So I do think this is a back and forth game, but I really do like this Chargers team. I mean, Justin Herbert looks like he's woken up, and I think you see just a monster second half from Herbert. I mean, he's thrown for multiple touchdowns. I think it's in 5 of his last 6 now. And this is definitely a defense. If you watched them last week, or basically any week since CJ said they sucked, that we know quarterbacks can just go to absolute town. Lamar Jackson, almost 40 DK fantasy points against this team. I think we get a monster Herbert game, and I just don't think the Vikings have enough to counter it.
Yeah, we got consensus here. So welcome to the core of our picks, Chargers. All right, Panthers +10 at Arizona here. This is just about really for me how bad the Carolina Panthers are right now. Rob, I just PJ Walker / Cam Newton on 2 days. Like,
is Cam going to see the field? I can't imagine he sees the field.
They didn't rule it out, which just tells me how bad is PJ Walker if they're not ruling it out.
Yeah, this
Part
is
of me
the
likes
double
this
digit.
more if Cam plays. I mean, yeah, they're just a bad team, and this upheaval and they're going out and getting Cam Newton off the street. That's all I need to know, and I'm happy to lay the 10 here, which I'm generally not.
Yeah, I think this is the game. If we're gonna lay double digits, I agree with that.
Yeah, I love this spot. You think Kyler, you get Kyler and Hopkins back in there. You play a couple quarters. You're up 3-4 scores, and then you can kind of just ease it off of them and move on. But yeah, I like this spot a ton. I guess there's technically some risk Kyler doesn't play, but I'm not too worried about it. And honestly, after what we saw from Colt McCoy, I wouldn't be too scared either to lay 10 with Colt McCoy against this terrible Panthers team.
Yeah.
All right. Seahawks +3 at the Packers. Ricky wants the Seahawks. I want the Packers. Ricky, I'll let you go first.
We just were expected to get Russell Wilson back. That was my main reasoning, is that I think this should be a competitive game. It was a low confidence game for me. Obviously, expect Rodgers back as well. So we're just have a back and forth. I think there's a bunch of outcomes in which the Seahawks pull off the win. So it's kind of percentage play, but it was basically because I couldn't find a 5th game that I liked.
Yeah, I just like this spot for the Packers at home. I just think Rodgers coming back. It's going to be a loud atmosphere there in Green Bay. And I just think that Green Bay just is going to be able to score points. The Seahawks defense just has not really impressed me all season against good offenses. And, end of the day, I just think Pete Carroll's a bad coach and he finds ways to lose these games. And, I'm not saying it's going to be Packers by 1 million, but I think it's going to be Packers by 7. So, it's only 3. I feel much better about this than some of the other games that were on the board. But again, low confidence. I'm not like dying to play it. Rob, you stayed away, which is probably what we should do.
There's too many unknowns on both sides of this football for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't disagree with you on that one. Eagles and Broncos, 3 points. I'm surprised. I thought you guys are going to be on the Eagles this week. I thought I was going to see some Eagles love. I'm not really an Eagles supporter. I'm not a Broncos guy. So staying away works for me.
Yeah, I'm team Eagles suck. So
I've been on that train too for a while.
Yep. Took me a little while to get there, but I'm there.
They basically went from like never running the football to now trying to hide Jalen Hurts and only running the football. Like, I don't know what the hell to make of their offense.
You're not going to be able to do that against the Broncos. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly. So if we're relying on Jalen Hurts' arm, like maybe we should be on the Broncos side, but I just don't know. So I stayed away.
Yeah, this is just the problem is this line's inflated just off of what they did last week in Dallas. I think the look ahead was like -1. So
I want to ask you guys a question about Alabama quarterbacks. First of all, does Hurts ever get there? Because I liked him. I loved him coming out. Thought this kid's gonna kill it, and he has not looked as good as I thought he would.
He can't hit open receivers right now. It's honestly hurtful, pun intended, to watch.
It's tough.
I mean, guys, he's got speed guys down the field that he's overthrowing. He's got guys on outs that he just easy throws for, Tom Brady. The throw he makes 10 out of 10 times. Hurts is throwing the ball out of bounds. It's really painful to watch.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's an NFL quarterback.
And what about Tua? What do you guys think about Tua?
I'm starting to like him.
I've always thought that he was going to be good. So I just thought that hip injury, like they shouldn't have played him last year. Like they were trying to tank, and they tanked by playing him off that hip injury when he wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I've always been kind of a sneaky fan. I was impressed last night. Like when he came in, sitting on Ravens, and you're just like, oh God, here we go. Like this is not what I signed up for.
That offense flowed better through him than it did with Brisket. That's for sure.
Yeah. It was a really good decision by Flores to not let him go back out. I was like,
yeah.
He
just needed any little excuse to put him back.
Yeah, I wanted a 70% Jacoby percent in there because you're just like they're not scoring a single point. Yeah, it was a good decision, unfortunately. Okay, let's move on. Chiefs and Raiders. Plus 2.5 here. Rob with 4 confidence on the Raiders. Tyler with 1 confidence on the Chiefs. I love the Raiders at 3. I bet the Raiders first bet of the week at 3. 2.5. Just, I wish it was 3.
Yeah, I mean this is a play that I feel like is I feel like a lot of sharp money is going to be on this side of it. I haven't looked, but the Chiefs are not who we thought they were, and they're proving that over and over again. That last performance was so awful. I don't know if they're ever going to find their footing again. And this is a Raiders team that I think is playing pretty good football. I think they're playing better than I thought they would at a minimum. And so, yes, I know I love the 3, 2.5 here. I get it. You lose a 0.5 point of value on this one, but I think Raiders can win this game outright.
Yeah, I lean that way. I just, in the contest, it's just hard for me to want to pull the trigger, but I like it in some of the other spots we're considering. So I can't get, I can't.
How popular do you think the Chiefs pick will be?
I think the Raiders could be a consensus pick here.
Really?
In the contest, you think the Raiders?
Yeah, there's been a couple spots like this where like a sharp, like a team, like a home dog at 2.5 has been pretty popular. But I think it's a good pick. I don't have a fight with the pick. It's just I really would rather have 3.
Ricky, what do you think of this one?
I'm really torn because I had that realization mid-game with the Chiefs last week is this just not happening? Because I mean, it seems like the safest play with any analyst is just to say like, this could be the week that Mahomes is back, but it might just be that the 2021 version of the Chiefs offense is just not happening. And if that's the case, like, yeah, then any home dog against them, with almost 3 points certainly makes sense. The 2.5 is really a mental block for me. The 3 would make me feel so much better. So I don't know.
So if this was 3, everyone would be playing this side?
I would feel better about it. I'm still not even sure, but I would definitely feel so much better that knowing that Butker last second field goal ain't beating me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think if the Raiders are a good play, I think we should mix them in.
I'll tell you one thing. Tyler's fucking wrong. You do not want the Chiefs in this spot laying 2.5. No way.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. Rams -4 at the 49ers. Ricky with 5 confidence. Rob with 2. Ricky, the floor is yours. I couldn't imagine playing this game.
You like the 49ers way more than you should. The team last week, Colt McCoy run, and that offense runs all over them. This is a team with Darrell Henderson, potentially Odell playing. Even if Odell doesn't play, it's already one of the more high-powered offenses. Rams coming off a letdown. Just seeing how that team looked against some second stringers, I don't understand the 49ers love here. This should be a touchdown for the Rams, if you ask me. They're just the clearly better team. They have one letdown game, and now we're going to act like this game should be close. No, thank you. Rams all day for me.
Oh, good. We're taking another road team on Monday Night Football. That's worked out real well for us.
I haven't been on them, but I am very confident with 49ers being that home team after seeing what they have last week.
Trey Lance is going to just come in one of these games and backdoor you. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
Not
but
this
when they're-
week.
Not
Not this week.
Yeah, exactly. Not
Are
when
you
it's
sure?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure.
got to get off.
I'm
this
sure
one.
Rams is one of the better bets on the board this week.
Your take on Vikings has proven to be true. This 49ers team, it's not happening.
We've done this like 4 times this season on a road favorite on Monday Night Football, and we've lost every single time. Every single time.
It's a case by case basis. I haven't liked a bunch of them. And we actually can go back. Like, how many times have I been on it
I was
specifically?
gonna say I'm actually about to go look.
Is
Was
Odell
on in
playing
week
this week?
8? Was on
Odell's
in
gonna
week
play, isn't he?
9? Was on in week 7? Was not. Let's see. Where's week 6?
You weren't on it in week 6.
Was on in week 6. So I haven't been playing any of these. I'm telling you, this 49ers team that's, by the way, 0-4 at home, they're not going to play with. And by the way, the Rams are 4-0 on the road. So we've got like the correlation. Again, I just don't think this 49ers defense is as beefed up. Jimmy Garoppolo sucks. Sure, George Kittle is back. That gives him the element. I still think 4 is nowhere near enough.
Well, we're gonna be playing the Rams. I am just terrified that they're gonna just one of these games the 49ers are just gonna come out and play a good football game.
Well,
It's like their season's on the line. Like they have to win this game. They
you
have to
could
win.
say that. You could say the same thing about the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, but the Chiefs just suck. There's a difference there.
they have some of the best weapons in the NFL.
Yeah, but they've been awful all season. And because they keep playing Hardman and they keep running a 3-yard out to Hardman and he drops it for like the 100th time. And they run the play over and over and over again. It's like he hasn't caught the first 100 times you've run this play. Maybe run it with somebody else. And it's just so dumb. All right. So it looks like our core picks are Titans, Chargers, Cardinals, and Rams. I could live with that. Oh, and
I like it.
Patriots. I could live with that.
Those are all favorites. Whatever.
I mean, I'm on team favorites this
Should
week. I
sprinkle
really
Raiders
am.
in
I
there.
don't really have like the Raiders are probably the closest thing to a dog I like. I just think all these dogs are just like after last week's showing are just not giving the full number of points this week. Could be wrong, but we'll mix in some dogs. We'll mix in some Raiders and we'll mix in some Jets.
Dude, I would quit diversifying at this point.
Okay.
Can I give one final thought that's like kind of random, but just something that I just saw on Twitter that
Sure.
someone posted a poll. If 3 months ago, if you asked me this would be a legitimate question halfway through the season, I wouldn't believe you. Who would you rather have the rest of the season in a PPR league? Here are the 4 choices: Ezekiel Elliott, Cordero Patterson, DeAndre Swift, Dalvin Cook. Through 35 votes, Cordero Patterson is leading these votes 51%. And I just had to share that because I thought it was hilarious.
Wow. I mean,
I think you gotta vote for DeAndre Swift there.
I like Swift a little bit better too, but to piggyback off of that, think about the top 5 picks in best ball this past season. I mean, you had CMC, Dalvin Cook, Henry, like the running backs in there, they're gone. Is there even a running back left? Zeke.
Kamara.
I guess Zeke.
I think we get McCaffrey back in gear this week, but I'm not sure it matters in this matchup.
Yeah. I feel like Kamara was slipping down to like 6-7 in best ball.
Yeah, he was. I had Kelsey 3, I think. So I ended up with a ton of Kelsey, which he's been playing and getting like 10 points, which therefore by default makes him better than some of these other guys. But
Right.
It's just decimation. It's unbelievable.
yeah, it's a destination for sure. I had a huge best ball week last week though. A lot of teams like got themselves back in the running, so it was good for me. So, all right, guys, really appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back next week for another Bet 'em and Pick 'em, and we'll either be looking for winners or trying to get contrarians. So, tune in next week, see how it goes. As always, of course, picks we posted on Elite Sports Betting under the Circuit Contest tab. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.